From the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, Juan Pierre and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Michael Young and the first place Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you Game 2 of this three-game series. In the opener last night, Jake Peavy, first three innings was just outstanding, had 5 strikeouts. Then in the fourth, they got him for 4. We lost that ball game 7-4. So tonight we come in at 61-63. We're 5 games back to Detroit. And on the bump for us this evening, Johnny Danks.
The Texas Rangers brought Johnny Danks to professional baseball, and that means you have a little added incentive every time you go against him, and he's going against him tonight with a record of 5-9. He's been a much better pitcher than that, and hopefully tonight he'll be able to do something he's only done one time, and that's defeat the Rangers. The Rangers, a good combination of power and speed. We saw last night they could hit the ball out of the ballpark and do it quite effectively. So this is a good, strong Ranger team, and they send Alexei Ogando to the mound at 12-5. Ogando faced us one time this year, and we didn't do anything with him. In fact, we didn't score a run off him. He's a hard-throwing right-hander, a most unusual right-hander who throws almost behind his right ear. This is a guy with very good stuff, and hopefully tonight we can get to him and at least go 1-1 in the series.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Stats and information. Log on to www.wgntv.com and enter the game zone, brought to you by Connie's Pizza. Park at Connie's on Archer Avenue and take their free shuttle to each game. Call 312-CONNIES for more information. Welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field, where White Sox Charities Week concludes tonight with the ultimate auction. To explain the details and highlights and fabulous experiences and prizes which are up for bid, the host of Chicago's Best, Ted Brunson.
Thanks, Stoney. Yes, tonight is the White Sox charity auction. Now, you can do it online all during the game. Unbelievable packages can be yours. We're going to highlight them through the entire game. Just go to whitesox.com/ultimate bid. We'll see you throughout the game. Back to you, Stoney.
Okay, thanks, Ted. Stay tuned for lineups and tonight's first pitch coming up after a break. Tomorrow it's the same Texas Rangers at 1 p.m. That's on CSN. And then Tuesday night and Wednesday night from Anaheim, the LA Angels at 9 o'clock on WGN Tuesday and at 9 o'clock on WCIU on Wednesday. Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. So the Sox come into this one 5 games in back of Detroit, 2.5 games in back of the Indians, who are in second place. The Indians just 1 back in the loss column. The Sox a full 5 back in the loss column as John Danks gets ready to go to try to go against the team that brought him into professional baseball. So the lineup for Ron Washington's Rangers: Kinsler leading off. Gentry will play center field tonight. Then it's Hamilton, Young, Cruz, Napoli, Moreland, who hit 2 home runs last night, with Teagarden catching, and Quintanilla is at shortstop hitting 9. The defense and how they'll line up behind John Danks is Pierre Diaz and Quinton left to right, with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Dunn. Tyler Flowers gets a nod behind the plate, and on the hill is Johnny Danks. He's looking for win number 6, his ERA down below 4. This is 21st start of the year. He has completed a game. Opponent's hitting 270, which is a higher total than John would like. And he's facing a very good, solid baseball team, with the Rangers leading by 6 over Los Angeles. This is a team that on the road is 34-30, and that's pretty good. The umpires for the game tonight: home plate, Vic Carapazza; at first base, Marty Foster; at second base, Bill Welke; and at third base is Jeff Nelson. So there you look at the skipper of the Texas Rangers, Ron Washington, who has, for the second year, not only a good offensive team, but a very good pitching team. Ted Ozzie looking for a little more offense out of his guys tonight, and hopefully a fine pitching performance from John Danks. So on what's turned into a beautiful night, we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WGN TV. So happy you could join us for game 2 of this 3-game set. Second baseman Ian Kinsler comes in hitting at .242, 18 homers, and 56 knocked in. And the first pitch of the ball game from our 26-year-old southpaw is a strike. Rangers hitting at .278 as a club with a 3.69 ERA. Those 2 numbers right there will tell you why they're in first. If that pitch is hit high, get foul. It's fair, and it's 1-0 very quickly. Rangers.
Well, Kinsler has a very aggressive stroke, and he loves to swing early in the count. That's his 19th home run. He's driven in 57. For a leadoff hitter, those are pretty big numbers. And Kinsler, who's an excellent defender, has shown that he can hit the ball at any ballpark.
And he can steal a base. He's 21 for 23 in that category.
Take another look at it after a first pitch strike. This changeup is right down the middle. And Kinsler waits back and then just explodes on it.
So here's Gentry. He takes the stairs. Craig Gentry hitting at .262, no homers and 7 knocked in. That was the 149th home run for Texas. We have 121. Can't get that one.
Gentry was in a platoon system in center field, but then he slid into second head first, got a concussion, went on the disabled list for a bit.
And this is the 7th meeting of the year between these 2 clubs. In the first 6, we have won 2. Three and 1 to count. Josh Hamilton on deck. Rangers come in here 34-30 on the road, 39-23 at home. Has that ball into shorts, right center field. Quinton makes the catch. Yes. And he hurt his shoulder, which is very, very common on a dive of that nature.
Well, he immediately calls Hermie and Ozzie out there. Well, you just have to hope it's not a separation.
It is.
Is that
I've seen it before.
On that roll, is that what happens?
Yep, I've seen it before many times. On that dive right there, it is very common. Dadgummit.
Well, we'll take a look again. Carlos comes on, makes a diving rolling catch, but the point of his shoulder hits. He's called out because he did control the ball. Came up with it there, showed it to the umpire.
I thought he hit a little more direct on it. Maybe it's not a separation. Hopefully it's not. This has been a rough homestand injury-wise when you talk about AJ, when you talk about Umber, and possibly Quentin. Ozzie Montrios.
Well, they want to take a look at it, obviously get some pictures and make sure that Carlos is okay. And will that be a lot of home runs and a lot of RBIs out of the lineup if he's lost for any length of time?
Well, he is even money to have a slight separation.
I hate to see that. We'll take another look at it, and one of the things you just cannot afford is your second most prolific run producer coming up and getting hurt. So Diaza will shift over to right. Alex Rios will come into the game and he'll play center field. He will hit in Carlos Quentin's spot.
Tough homestand injury-wise. First time I can remember losing 3 guys on the homestand. So 1 out, 1 in on the homer by Kinsler, and here's Hamilton. Hamilton hitting at .303, 16 homers and 69 driven in. First pitch strike to the 30-year-old outfielder playing left tonight. And the count evens at 1.
We saw him last night hit one almost 430 feet to right field. This was a long battle, and finally Jake got a slider, got too much of the plate, and Hamilton just crushed it.
So 2-2 the count.
You've seen a lot of players. You ever see many that came into the league with more talent than Hamilton had?
No. Darryl Strawberry, Eric Davis, Freddie Lynn, Josh Hamilton. Boy, you're talking about he gone. You're talking about the elite talent.
Bona fide 5-tool player. He doesn't appear to be able to run that quickly, but he's very fast, has a very strong arm.
Well, people don't realize he's 6'4", 240 pounds.
Big man. But Johnny Dang's got the best of him there.
I mean, he doesn't look that big in his uniform. You stand beside him, he is huge. Thick. Yes. Here's the heart and soul of this ball club, though, Michael Young. Hitting at .341, 10 homers and 85 knocked in. And fans, you can now bid on 7 unique items because this is our ultimate auction evening, including memorabilia and VIP experiences like pitching lessons from Don Cooper, opportunity to watch a game from Jerry Reinsdorf's suite, and much more. All proceeds benefit Chicago White Sox charities, so that's out of play. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate-bid. Now for a full description of all 7 items and to place your bid. Bidding closes at 8 p.m. tonight, so don't delay. pitching lessons from Coop and watching the game from Jerry's suite. Not too shabby.
Oh, there's some good ones.
1-2 the count.
Take a look at the last 5 games, and pretty hard to get out Michael Young.
Fouls that back.
This guy 4 times has had over 200 hits, and another couple of times has been knocking on the door at 200 hits, and he'll be the same place this year.
Well, I'll tell you what he's done. He is, as he gets him, he's a real, almost a clone of what he's done for his club as Derek Jeter has to the Yankees. All right, the home run by Kinsler. They lead at 1-0.
I work for the White Sox. We are in the control room of U.S. Cellular Field, and with this package, should you win on your bid, you're going to get everything from spending an inning in the broadcast booth to announcing the opening of the gates to being right here and operating the scoreboard. Now, Jeff, what's this button?
That's the button that sets off the fireworks when we hit a home run. It's pretty special.
Awesome.
No!
Sorry.
White Sox lineup is brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana BMW dealers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. So this is how Ozzie is going to line him up tonight. Juan Pierre is going to lead it off. Diaza hitting second, then it's Pinerco. Rios taking over for Carlos Quentin. Ramirez, Dunn, Flowers, Morel, and Beckham playing second and hitting ninth. The defense. Now they will play behind Ogando. Hamilton, Gentry, and Cruz left to right. Young, Quintanilla, Kinsler, and Napoli at first, with Teagarden behind the plate. And Alexi Ogando, 12-5, his 24th start of the year. Opponent's hitting just .231, and he is a hard-throwing right-hander.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as first pitch strike, and you talk about BMW being the ultimate driving machine. Ogando is the ultimate short-arming right-hander. Former catcher.
He's a Rule 5 draft originally with the Oakland Athletics. Then his name was Argenis Benitez. So naturally he would change it to Alexi Ogando. I mean, that's
hand in hand with getting to the Rangers.
Yeah, it's exactly what you do. One of the more successful Rule 5 drafts.
2-2.
Probably the most successful ever, Johan Santana. Hard to believe you can get a better Rule 5 draft than that.
Yeah, he was a good one. Juan Hopper. Quintanilla with the out, and let's check out our picks to click tonight. Dimangio, our director and crew. Alexi Ramirez. Steve's going with Juan Pierre. And all the guys in our ticket department. Mike Madden, Pete Catazone, Kenny Wiz, Tom Ackstedt, Laura Weiss, Mary Weiss, We're going to go with Dunn.
Really looks like Ogando throws that fastball behind his right ear. And it's hard enough at 95. It just looks that much quicker. He does have a straight change to go with it. He'll throw occasional sliders. I talked with Juan Pierre about him. He said, first time through the lineup, sometimes it's really hard to pick him up. But he said, in watching him on tape, he will start to make some mistakes in the strike zone. Although at 12-5, he hasn't made all that many of them.
Well, you can see his former catching days with his delivery. As there's a base hit, Biazzi just smokes it into left field. So good speed aboard.
That fastball down the middle at 98. And Diaz takes it into left center. Hamilton does a nice job of getting to it, making sure the speedy Diaz cannot go to second.
And it appears that Diaz has got a good chance of playing a lot more in the last 40 days.
I think he's shown Ozzie that he gives you the speed, he gives you the range in center field, and he certainly gives you a dependable left-handed bat.
Here's Paulie. Takes it right there. And at 95. Breaking ball. 1-1. And a curveball. So 1-2 the count. Won 21 stolen bases in 34 attempts. And this is the ultimate auction evening. We're going to have some great experiences and some great prizes for you, and everything goes to White Sox charities. There he goes. Check that. Diaz has good speed. He's swollen 2 for 3. And if you always wanted to work for a Major League Baseball team, well, this is your shot at your dream job. This package includes a behind-the-scene tour, plus drag the field, attend the post-game press conference, and more. Opening bid is $500. So visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid now for a full description of all 7 items and to place your bid. Bidding ends at 8 p.m. tonight, so don't delay. Paulie underneath that one.
The Rangers, when they picked Ogando in the Rule 5 draft, originally they let him hit, showed them he didn't have much power. So when they moved him to the mound, he went 5-0 with a .52 ERA in 16 games as a reliever, and they said, well, maybe we found something.
Well, he's in the starting rotation for the defending American League champions.
In 7 over 500. That's what he did last time. That was not a pleasant night.
There goes Diaz, and there's a base hit. So Alejandro will make the move into third. Attaboy, Paulie. 1 out, runners at the corners.
Kept everything away and tries another slider away. And if you get Paulie looking in one spot the entire at bat, you don't have much of a chance. And Diaz picked up the ball in the outfield. He could hear the contact and easily coasted into third base.
So here's Rios hitting in Quinton's spot. Alex at 211, 7 homers and 28 driven in. Little tardy on that. That one at 97. Sox come in hitting at 253 with a 3.83 team ERA. Sox almost an unbelievable 27-36 record here at home. 34-27 on the road.
That is unbelievable.
And Detroit leading Cleveland 2-0. That game in the bottom of the first.
Quintanilla playing almost up the middle, as is Kinsler.
And the count 1-2. And that's out of play right side.
Taylor Teagarden, the catcher tonight, has a terrific arm. And he's usually very good at blocking low pitches. That'll be put to the test with Ogando.
Takes it up, and the count 2-2. Two down.
This one an 82, and the bottom just drops out of it.
Alex had a couple of fastballs to hit in that sequence. Just couldn't get there. And in case you're just tuning in, Carlos Quentin had to leave the game after a beautiful diving catch. Unfortunately landed on his right shoulder, and we will let you know when we know. As Alexei, big hack, no contact.
That slider from Ogando, very deceptive.
One and one to count.
Ogando has 4 wild pitches, and Teagarden's going to have to be at his best. Because when you can bury the ball in the dirt with as late and as quick a move as Ogando, you better have a good catcher.
Inside. 2-1. Adam Dunn on deck. And there's a base hit. That a boy, Alexei. Diaz scores, and this game is tied at 1. Here.
RBI number 53 for Alexei. 3 singles in the first inning. And that was very much a pitcher's pitch. Alexei just went out, got it, guided it over the head of Quintanilla.
Don't stop now, boys, as here's Adam. Adam at 168, 11 homers, and 40 knocked in. He's faced Ogando 4 times, and he's 0 for 4. Checks it up, takes it down and in.
They do have a shift, but it's modified. Quintanilla is not on the first base side of second.
And there's a broken bat, little looper that Quintanilla makes the play on, and that'll retire the side. But the 2-out single by Alexi Ramirez will go to the second, 1-1.
You know, 8 kids get to come out here and get autographs and take.
What are you doing out here?
Juan Pierre, what's up, my man? You know what?
What's going on,
No,
man?
you know, I'm just trying to be you. Just your world. I'm just taking a bite. You know.
This is for kids.
Yeah.
Only kids come out here.
Yeah, I know. I got 3 kids.
I know, but they're not here, so.
Yeah, and they're not part of the auction item. But
Yeah.
but can you sign this?
This is for kids.
All right, fine. You know what? You can have this auction item and meet a guy like this, Juan Pierre.
Yeah.
Go deep.
Go deep.
Go deep.
1-0 the count to Nelson Cruz leading off here in the second. A 1-1 tie. There's a strike, a change up. Took some off his fastball.
Cruz starts with a wide open stance and then has to close it to get the outside corner.
You're much better served pitching him middle in, and you got to get him out.
Because he's going to be diving.
That's exactly right.
With that kind of stance, you have to be diving toward the plate.
Sandy Koufax told me, he said, Hawk, he said, I asked him, having dinner one night, and I asked him, I said, Sandy, I said, how do you do it? He said, you know, I'm going to tell you, because that's chop foul. He said, the hitter will tell you how I'm going to pitch him. If he strides, if it's a right-handed hitter, he strides towards second base, I pitch him in. If he strides towards third base, I pitch him away. He said, it really is that simple. As that ball hit hard, and Alex is there. So when you get a diver, you better pitch him middle in for all you youngsters out there.
Well,
you get a bailer, you pitch him away.
Cruz is one of those guys that has big power to right center field, so Alex was playing him in a good spot and then got a good jump and ran it down.
Yeah, Cruz he's strong. He can go out anywhere. Here's another guy that can go out anywhere, Mike Napoli, hitting at .295, 20 homers and 50 driven in. And that's popped up. Beckham. Two down. And fans, you can choose kids to take the field and greet the White Sox starting lineup at their positions on September 11th. Then enjoy that day's game from a 20-person diamond suite that includes food and beverages. Now, opening bid is $900, so visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid. And all these bids end at 8 p.m. tonight, so don't delay. Ted Brunson and his crew up here. Here's Mitch Moreland. A couple of homers last, a 3-run shot and a 2-run blast.
Neither were cheapies.
Now he's dangerous. Just 25 years old. As we talked about last night, reminiscent of Eric Hosmer, 21-year-old first baseman from Kansas City. Very aggressive. Big plate coverage. I don't know if he's got as much as Hosmer, but got a lot. And that ball off the glove of Morrell, so that'll be a base hit. The ball was scalded.
Well, at 2-0, the lefty-lefty advantage kind of goes away because the hitter's just looking for one thing, and that's a fastball. And Moreland got it. Even though it was away, he really hits it hard. Right off the glove of Morrell. And the second hit of the night for the Rangers.
So here's Taylor Teagarden. I love that name. Hitting at 258. Taylor Teagarden.
Good name. And
yeah,
a good catcher.
It's a good baseball name. Takes it up high. Taylor has faced Danks 3 times. He has 1 hit. And there's a strike. And the first inning has ended in Detroit with the Tigers leading 2-0.
Question with Teagarden, they know he can catch. Can he hit? If he can hit, he'll be very valuable. He came in lifetime 218 in the major leagues and limited action.
Well, he's 27 years old, and that window at 26, 27, 28, that's when guys usually either come out or they don't as far as hitting goes.
Well, he was originally a third-round pick in 2005 in the June draft for these Rangers.
He gone, and that'll retire the side after an inning and a half. Still tied at 1.
Is starting lineup. A person gets to deliver the starting lineup on September 9th against the hated Indians of Cleveland. Now, you know, any tips?
Well, sure, I could brush them up on the relays and cutoffs, rundown plays, first and third double steal, the offensive and the defensive, and pickoff plays, bunt plays, pop fly priorities, base run and base stealing, some multi-pass in the game.
Yeah, I really thought it was just delivering a card of who's playing.
Well, no. As a matter of fact, we'll get the card, and whoever gets
here,
the we'll put the picture right here.
ChicagoWhiteSox.com/ultimate bid.
While we're here, we could talk about bunting, front foot forward, back foot around, bend the knees deeply, slide the bat down, eyes are bad tight, let the body glide, heels on the ground, bunt the ball down. Go White Sox.
Coxie can go all
right here.
day.
We get a picture.
All day like that. All you got to do is ask him one question.
I think the bid should be, if you win the bid, he leaves you alone.
Oh, man. Here's Tyler in a 1-1 tie. Bottom of the second. Ball hit hard. Stretch. He's not going to get that one. That ball was absolutely crushed by a man who can hit it just as hard as anybody in the game.
Well, Gentry, who's got big speed, was actually playing in the perfect spot. But this ball was hit so hard, it got over his head in an instant. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's down, out over the plate. And Gentry was there. You can see where he lines up, but he's got no chance at this one.
And with that double, Tyler is safe at second. Safe and secure. New York Life. That'll get the job done. Right? Sacrifice. 1-3.
Nice bunt. He forced Ogando into the only play that he had, which was going to first base with it.
Now Cox is going to use some of that dialogue to let Tyler know hang loose for the squeeze.
The catcher is the captain on this play because he's got the play right in front of him, so he's yelling first because there's no chance at all to get Tyler at third.
Infield in. Beckham. He was on him, just underneath him. Gordon at 236, 9 homers and 33 driven in. He was 0 for 3 last night. And the count 0-2. Good take. Minnesota leading the Yankees 3-0. That's A.J. Burnett against Liriano. So for the second time in as many innings, we have a man on third, less than 2 out. And the hitter did not get him in unless Alexei got the 2-out single. So it's up to 1 to get the 2-out single now. And a reminder, the collector's dream, this package includes autographed items from the White Sox starting lineup, plus the opportunity to deliver the lineup card to the umpires on September 12th. Opening bid is $800. And visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid for a full description. Outfield short, swung around to the left, well around to the left. Young at the cut of the grass, in on the grass at third. He did not go.
Jeff Nelson on the call. And the correct one.
Well, Jeff had a tough night, catching a couple right in the grill. And the count 3-0 with Diaza on deck.
Well, the last week and a half, Juan Pierre has been as hot as just about anybody.
There's one. Well, he's actually been since June 26th. There's only 3 guys in the American League who have been hotter than he has since June 26th. That's Michael Young, Melky Cabrera, and Destin Pedroia. And a full count since June 26th. Juan, who had a tough 3 months. Wow, first 3 months, has hit .339. Payoff pitch. And a little looper over the head of Quintanilla. It's a good thing Andrus wasn't there. And it's a 2-1. We get 2 big, 2 out RBI singles. One from Alexei and one from Juan Pierre.
Well, the fastball is up and out over the plate. And Omar Quintanilla is just playing him too low. Goes up as high as he can go, which isn't too high.
As you'll pick the click. Not Quintanilla. 1.
37 driven in this year.
So here's Diaza. He singled and scored last inning. The ball gets away. What Steve was talking about. You get guys like Ogando, guys with good, quick, hard sliders.
And the 5th wild pitch of the year.
I'm surprised he didn't have more than that.
Teagarden wanted this one away, and this ball just bit down and in. So another man in scoring position.
Alejandro hitting at 304 since being called up. And he's got the catbird seat 2-0.
You would think he'd see a very hittable pitch with Paul Konerko in the on-deck circle, and this is how you get a little protection behind you. I don't believe there's any way that Ogando wants to face Paul.
Two and 1 to count. And it evens at 2. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line. 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps and 400 straight away center. Nice crowd on hand. Hopefully to see a White Sox victory. He rings him up. And that'll do it, but a big 2-out RBI single by Pierre. It's 2-1, good guys. For us, 1-2-0 for them. And Ted Brunson coming down with some good looking food there, Theodore.
Guys, how you doing?
What's better with the mic now?
Well, yeah, exactly. It helps a little bit, right? Now, listen, I'm bringing this, and clearly each of these are for you, but I can't have you eat these. You've been sitting there too long. So, you know, but the deal is...
It looks terrific.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Good, because I made it.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
Well, you can have mine.
Okay, thanks, Hog. Appreciate that. But, you know, we know why I'm here for this, because we've been talking about White Sox charities all day long. And a couple lucky people are going to get to go to dinner with the two of you at the Scout Lounge. on September 25th if they make the right bid. Nice play.
Yeah. We did that last year, and I'll tell you what, Steve and I both had a wonderful time. We sit there and told some lies and had some good food. And
isn't it what we're best at in TV? Just tell some lies.
What's the second prize? 4 dinners?
Yeah. Well, you actually, the deal is, Stoney, you can't eat until September 25th. This is all you can have until then.
That's going to be terrific. And I think the fact that most of the cord here has gotten into the gravy even just enhances the experience.
You know what that is? That's character, is what it is.
Nice.
If you want the real broadcast experience, get a microphone cable in the food, right? And it's kind of fitting that I'm up here with this because, hosting Chicago's Best with the local music, with the local food scene, and now a new show called America's Best Bites. It's going national. I felt it was only fitting that I brought you some subpar kebabs to the booth.
You're awesome, Ted.
Thanks, man.
These
awesome.
are above par kebab.
Yeah, yes.
Not sub. They're above.
Okay.
I can tell.
All right, we will have a good time, and we will have dinner with somebody.
Just go on and bid, right?
Yeah, that's it. Last year, I think it was a big.
I think it brought what $40,000-$50,000 last year
for dinner with two of you.
Not quite. I think it was
something like that.
I think it was 36. No, 4,600.
Not too bad.
That included the dinner, of course.
Did it include the tip?
No, Stoney got that.
I got the tip. I gave her the $2.
Shocking.
0-2 the count right here to Ian Kinsler, who homered on the second pitch of the ball game. High towering drive. Where's Vince?
It's already,
Come
by
out
the way,
here, Vince.
this is already at $800, that dinner.
Stand by your
But
dad over
that's
there.
really low.
Is his mic off or on? As he just got a piece of that.
There we go.
There we go. Give Vince a piece of that.
It's really hard with the mic off, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little difficult. Now, I brought my 13-year-old today, and it's been a kick for him too because he got to meet Juan Pierre, got to go on the field, and got an autographed ball from him and the Hawkaroo. So that was really great. But we love being here because just like you guys, anything we could do for charity, we're happy to do. So
Okay, big guy.
yeah, got to teach him early.
There you go. All right, Ted, thanks, buddy, and thanks for all the good work that you've been doing and these setting up these bids and on this auction. This is the ultimate auction night. In case you're just tuning in, some terrific experiences and some terrific prizes that we have for you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Hawk and Stoney. Just out there right now, go to whitesox.com/ultimate bid, and you too could have dinner with these two.
Yeah. All right, and for fans, we'll enjoy dinner in the United Scout Lounge with Steve and myself, followed by a behind-the-scenes tour of the WGN TV truck.
Come
there's another one.
Come on now.
There's another one. And this game is tied at 2. So Kinsler, 2 for 2 solo homers.
And that's it. I'm out of here because I'm bad luck in the booth right now.
No, you're not. Everybody in the booth who watches Texas play sees a lot of this.
Yeah, they're a run score machine.
Yeah, they are. They're one of the elite teams, talent-wise, in baseball.
Well, once again, this is
another high change.
Yeah, change up, and it's almost the same pitch he hit out last time. He just waits back and does the same thing he did last time. Only this time, instead of giving him the lead, he ties it at 2. 20th of the year for Kinsler.
But besides the dinner we mentioned, you'll be able. This is really a treat too, to go through the truck, the WGN TV truck, and watch how they do things down there. That's on September 25th. This package also includes 4 premium box seat tickets, and opening bid is $800. So visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid.
I already got outbid, so sorry, guys.
And you can take a look at the truck. You can see how complicated things are, how difficult it is to put this production on the air, and get a feeling for what real big league television is all about.
So 0-2 the count to Gentry. Gentry hit the little looper in the right center field that Carlos Quentin came running in, made a beautiful diving catch, and with the roll, when he hit it on his right shoulder. As that's caught, and that's out number 2. And what's the catch right here, and what's the dive? Left shoulder, I should say. can see the grimace right there immediately when he hit the ground. And hopefully, we still have not heard anything. Hopefully, the x-rays will be negative. Hamilton can't get it. He struck out his first trip. And there's a little chopper. Alexei's got him, but the second home run of the game by Kinsler. That's his 20th of the year, and we are tied at 2. Thanks, Vince and Ted.
But you and 3 others have a chance to own it. Yeah, for one day you can get a limo ride to the game, and you can watch the game from the owner's suite. You can also tour the boardroom. You can meet Kenny and Jerry. It's all right there. All you have to do is go to whitesox.com/ultimate bid right now. The auction's going on, and you can own it.
A 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Konerko, Rios, and Ramirez to face Alexei Ogando. First pitch strike. And because you love this team, here's your chance to feel like you own it. This package includes a limo ride to the game, batting practice viewing, a meeting and greet with Jerry Reinsdorf, and the opportunity to watch the game from the owner's suite. The opening bid is $1,000. That would be a treat. So visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid. And you got to do it before 8 p.m. tonight. So when all the bidding stops.
Still have an hour left, and there's some great things to bid on. Woo!
That is in on the fist. Pauly singled back in the first inning. That was after De Anza had singled.
Those numbers aren't surprising. Over the last 2+ weeks, Pauly has also been red hot.
Well, Pauly is 35 years old, and he's getting better. And he's a young 35.
He's just really figured everything out. I mean, you can
figured
see,
it out.
Yeah, when they throw the ball away, doesn't overswing. He flicks it into right center field. He's taking what they give him instead of trying to pull it and hitting a real hard ground ball to shortstop.
That's right.
Get a base hit to right center.
As there's that disappearing slider right there, so 1 out. But Pauly's got it figured out. When you figure out 99%, probably 99.5% of the hitters, their legs take them out of the swing. It breaks the sequence, and it breaks the timing. Paulie's figured out how to handle his lower half. Just that simple. Now, when you get stuff like this out on the mound, I don't care what you get figured out. If they make the pitches, you're not going to do anything.
Well, the one thing Sox hitters have done tonight, at least, is gotten Ogando to work. He's about ready to deliver pitch number 53. There's only one out here in the third inning.
And good news, good news. X-rays on Quentin's left shoulder are negative. And they will do some further examining tomorrow.
He's going to be sore, but at least he knows that it's clean.
I've seen that happen probably a minimum of maybe 8 or 10 times in my career. Guys make that same dive, that same landing, and separate their shoulder.
Young fan, pretty happy to be here. Got pretty good seats.
And that pitch is fouled back into the LG Skyline Club seats.
Pretty bow in her hair. And of course, what would the ball game be without a good old-fashioned hot dog?
That change up down low. 2-2 the count. 2-3-0 for them. 2-5-0 for us.
Gondo has kept the entire sequence of pitches away from Rios. He's been trying to pull just about everything these days.
That's the end of the bat, softly hit. Quintanilla. 2 down. Omar Quintanilla. When he first came up, saw him in spring training with the Rockies. Boy, they could not believe how good he was with the leather. Not the lumber, but the leather. So here's Alexei. He had a big 2-out RBI single in the first, knocking in Diaza.
Well, as good as Elvis Andrus has been, this team is committed. 102 errors, and Elvis has about 25% of them. He's right at 25 errors, including one last evening.
Now that was just that error he committed last night was just a loss of concentration. Take it for granted, and you can't take it for granted. An easy play for him to make, catch on an attempted throw to second base. Quintanilla right over the top. Nice play. And a 1-2-3 inning for Ogando.
With this guy, Coach Cooper. They call it the Coop package. You're going to give private lessons for pitching?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's a great cause, obviously, trying to raise some money for White Sox charities. And, you know, a pitching lesson with me is the least I can do. I look forward to whoever's the bidder and the winner of it. Hopefully, we're gonna have a great day. I look forward to watching and watching and helping kids.
Okay, I'm ready. I mean, you know, I've
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Whoa! Well, not too bad right there. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, but we've got some things to work
I
on.
released a little high.
We've got some things to work on, right? But are you telling me, are you the coach or am I the coach? You've got some things to work on, but everybody's got stuff to work on, even the Chicago White Sox pitchers. And I look forward to giving the lessons and working with any of the youngsters that happen to win this little thing for the free lesson.
Hey, Coop, my arm's a little sore. I gotta go get a beer.
You know what? Go get some ice.
Okay. And beer.
Coop, he's a piece of work. And what a pitching coach. Michael Young goes through that one. A 2-2 tie here in the top of the fourth. Coop is one of the best at what he does.
He makes just about everybody who gets here, regardless of where they came from, a whole lot better.
Checks it up. He went. And the count 0-2. And if you want to be the next Mark Burley, well, after your private pitching lesson with Don Cooper, your warm-up and bullpen, have a chance to throw out the first pitch on September 27th. Now, this isn't for one, but for two people. An opening bid is $700. So visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid now for a full description of all 7 items and to place your bid. Bidding ends at 8 p.m. tonight, so don't delay. Snapped by Johnny Danks. 1 out.
The advantage there was that was on the glove side. If that's on the throwing side, it's probably back up the middle for a base hit. Ball hit hard, and John able to make the play.
So here's Cruz. He lined out to right center field. Second of this 3-game set. And 8th of this 9-game homestand. We'll conclude the homestand tomorrow. And the count 1-2. Off day on Monday. And this on the road again.
And tomorrow it's Derek Holland. Talented left-hander at 11-4. Gavin Floyd trying to win his 11th of the year.
And there is a double for Cruz. That's his 25th two-bagger.
A lot of guys hit this ball in the same spot, and that was a cutter that got out over the plate. And whoever's playing center field is going to get to it. Cruz is so strong that Rios has no chance.
So here's Napoli. Hit a high pop-up that Beckham caught over towards the right field line. There he goes. He gone.
He was out by plenty.
And he got a good jump.
Flowers goes behind Napoli, and Rowe is right there waiting for him to arrive.
He got a good jump. Tyler still got him. And there's a strike. Yeah, but we hit the road. We go 2 to the Big A in Anaheim on the 23rd and 24th, and 25th is an off day, and then 26th, 7th, and 8th from Safeco. In beautiful Great Pacific Northwest. That's where the Canateros and the Calelos live. The great Pacific Northwest. The 2-2. He gone. 4 strikeouts now for Johnny. And we're at the bottom of the 4th in this 2-2 tie.
Is like in Chicago, but why? Why? When you can just kick back and relax at Camelback Ranch with a cocktail and watch your favorite White Sox players, meet them, throw out a ceremonial first pitch, get a $1,000 voucher. It's all yours if you make the correct bid right now for White Sox charities. Just go to ChicagoWhiteSox.com/ultimate bid. Cheers.
Adam Dunn to lead off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Adam with a little looper to Quintanilla. Shortstop takes the first pitch strike, and that package that Ted Brunson was just talking about, what a trip that will be. That's a package for 4. Includes a behind-the-scenes tour of the White Sox spring training complex in Glendale. Guest will meet White Sox players pregame, and one guest will toss the ceremonial first pitch of the game out. Checks it up. They win. Package includes a $1,000 travel voucher for travel and accommodations. This package opens for a bid of $1,200. So visit whitesox.com/ultimate bid. That's for 4. In Glendale, Arizona, one of the greatest spring training facilities you ever want to see. Two and two the count. He just missed it. That's a major league pop-up. 1 out.
Take another look, as this is a slider that doesn't do a whole lot. Ogando is very lucky to get away with it.
Bottom of the 3rd in Detroit. Tigers leading Cleveland 4-1. And that ball hit high and deep stretch. Head on the track. Gentry makes the catch.
Tyler's hit 2 of them very hard. One for a double, and this one almost to the wall. Gets a first ball fastball. Inside out swing. Comes very close to hitting it out. That is one strong young man. Brent Morello had a sacrifice last time. It led to a run. Comes up for the second time.
And takes first pitch strike. That's low and away. And that ball hit into center field. Right at Gentry. So that is 7 in a row retired by Ogando. And we're still tied at 2. Chevrolet for their support of Michigan City Youth Baseball. Tonight's Chevy Youth Baseball League of the Game, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Chevy dealers are supporting leagues and young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball program. From the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Mitch Moreland, he singled hard off the glove of Brent Morrell. 2-2 tie. Breaking ball strike. 2-4-0 for their guys. 2-5-0 for our guys.
Moreland does use the entire field. That's one of the reasons why his batting average is up where it is.
And the count 0-2. Tigers now leading 5-1. Off the end of the bat. Trouble, watch out.
Someone has to take control, and it appeared that Alexei just gave way when Juan peeled off. So it goes as a base hit. The second by Moreland.
Yeah, well, Juan's got to yell and scream everything he can do, scratch and kick
to get Alexei out of there.
Yeah, because that's his ball. Alexei had to go back a long way. So here's Teagarden. He struck out on the slider. Checking some other action for you. Minnesota leading the Yankees 7-1. Boston leading Kansas City 3-1. That Minnesota game in the third. Kansas City game in the fourth. High and wide. Bottom of the 11th in Denver, tied at 4 with the Dodgers. The 3 finals. Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 5-3 at PNC. And that ball high into left field. Trout number 1. Well, Milwaukee was trailing big to the Mets. Brew Crew, let's see. They came back and won that game 11-9.
They were leading 7-1, fell behind 9-7, and then scored 4 runs in the 9th inning. And won it 11-9.
Cubs shut out the Cardinals 3-0. Garza, he can do it. That's good stuff. Top of the 5th in Atlanta, Braves leading the D-backs 3-1. Top of the 5th in Houston, Astros leading the Giants 5-2. Philadelphia shutting out Washington 2-0. The game in the top of the 5th at National Ballpark. Alexei. So 2 down. So here's Kinsler. He's on his way to having a good night.
Yeah, I don't think we should try him out with any high changeups.
No,
this time.
stay away from the high changeups. Here's what he did his first at bat. Leading off the ball game. And here's what he did his second at bat. So he has 20 homers, 58 knocked in. And almost takes Danks off the mound.
John got pretty lucky that time, because that could have easily gotten a big piece of him. Instead, it goes on into center field. He probably figures a lot better than hitting the ball out of the ballpark. That went right over his glove.
Well, when a guy hits 2 home runs his first 2 at bats and then almost takes you off the mound, something's got to be done about it.
Well, occasionally you might want to throw one up and in just to make him move his feet.
Got to make him move his feet. Yes, here's Gentry. He's 0 for 2. Nice pick by Tyler. Tampa Bay shutting out Seattle 5-0. Game in the bottom of the 4th down in St. Petersburg. Jammed him, ate him up, flips it right side over the Texas dugout. So the count 1-2 with 2 out, 2 on here in the top of the 5th. Two and 2 the count.
That's one of the few overhand curveballs that John has thrown tonight.
I think it's second one.
Probably just a show me pitch.
Out in front, and that is just foul. Rangers now with 150 home runs. That is third best in the American League. Yankees came in leading with 165. Red Sox 151. Another nice block by Flowers.
You don't want to get to the next guy. Josh Hamilton in the on-deck circle. And even though he's handled him twice, he's one of the most dangerous hitters on this team.
On this planet. There they go. And foul back. This will be pitch number 81 for Danks. Pops him up. Can of corn. Diazza. All right, we're halfway home, tied at 2. From Subway. This will be the 500th texture. Text Subway to 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. And there is a shot of the tote board so far.
We're at 1,700. You got to get better than that. The owner's box with Jerry is 4,200.
That would be my choice.
Really?
Oh yeah. Sit up with it in the owner's suite. Just observe and watch him and see what goes on during a baseball game.
Yeah, but not for a paltry 4,200. You got to get more than that.
Well, it's going to be more than that.
Got a little less. Got 29 minutes to go. 3,200 for the Camelback Ranch spring training getaway. The weather is unbelievable, and so are the facilities.
2-1 to count to Gordon, who's 0 for 1. Yeah, that would be my second choice. Camelback.
And our dinner, what? 6th, 7th
probably,
choice?
Probably 3rd. And the count 3-1. Start us off right here, Gordon. Don't help him out. They can get the ball down. Gordon been chasing too many high fastballs and getting himself too many holes. And when you're struggling, you get down in the count, you're not going to do much.
Well, with Ogando at 97, 96, 97, the high fastball is going to be difficult for anybody to handle. That's close, but just underneath.
That high fastball of Gondos is just absolute wheelhouse for Dustin Pedroia.
He's one of the best high fastball hitters around.
And that's popped up. So 1 out.
He went to a 3-2 slider. Now one could be looking for a bunt in this situation. He knows that Young is going to be in close. Takes a look down at Napoli at first, who is a converted catcher. And you could drag one that way.
One had that big 2-out RBI single in the second as he takes strike one. Boston still leading Kansas City 3-1. Red Sox hitting in the top of the fifth. Minnesota leading the Yankees 7-1. As down goes Pierre. 2 out. Just strikeout for Ogando. And here's Diaza. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored.
Juan Pierre, that's only the 33rd time he's fanned this year. Go with 33 walks.
Alejandro fakes the bunt, takes the ball. We have 2 runs on 5 hits. They have 2 runs on 6 hits. One to count. Outfield. Well around to the left. Young, even with the bag, now comes in 1 step on the grass. And the count's 3-1 with Paulie on deck. Don't help him out. And that's ball 4. So that's the first walk issued by Ogando. And here comes Canerco, who's 1 for 2. That's low and away.
He's going, Teagarden. He's going. Teagarden. Teagarden. He's going. Going.
And he's got the catbird seat. Outfield about equidistant, slightly to the left, maybe just a small gap out there in right center.
slow pitch, Teagarden. What do you think? I think he's going.
Paulie just 4 hits away from 2,000.
So does Paulie.
Two and one to count. He just missed it. High into center field. Just put his head down after he knew he just missed it. And we have completed 5. We're still tied at 2.
By the Illinois Lottery Mega Millions and Powerball. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $12 million. And tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth $37 million. You got a much better chance to win one of these things. And there's 19 minutes left. Jerry's up to 5,200.
And Hamilton with an 0-1 count. Hamilton has struck out and grounded to short.
Lexi playing him right up the middle. Johnny Dank staying away with just about everything.
1-2 the count. Checked it up on that one.
Part of the bat went flying that time. Last 44 games, 33 driven in, 36 scored. And a 320 batting average. Very important to this ball club.
Last year's MVP. Had him out in front, pops him up. So 1 out.
Right now, the visibility isn't great on fly balls and pop-ups, and I think Brent had some initial problems with that one. A big smile on his face after he caught it.
Michael Young takes first pitch strike. Well, since he dropped that one pop-up and just using the one hand, he has been using two hands.
Can't blame him.
And that ball into right center field. Watch out. Okay, 2 down. Michael now 0 for 3. And that'll bring up Nelson Cruz, who's 1 for 2, a double. A beautiful evening here in the city. Beautiful.
70 degrees right on the nose.
Just gorgeous.
Very low humidity. Beautiful night.
There's first pitch strike.
Late this morning, it looked like the end of the world. It was pitch black and pouring. Lightning.
I drove through it.
Jeez.
Coming to the park.
Wasn't too good.
No. Oh, and 2 the count to Cruz. Chopper 2 hopper. And that'll do it. A nice 1-2-3 inning. That's his first 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied 2-2.
First inning. Carlos Quentin comes on. Makes a diving catch, but hurts his shoulder. Has to leave the game. It's the left shoulder. We've been told that x-rays are negative. He will be evaluated tomorrow.
And here's Alex Rios. Takes first pitch inside. Well, we have a moment. We'll send a big White Sox hello and happy birthday to Mary Yates and her dog, Twyla Marie. Lifelong Sox fans. As that's up high. She says that every time Paulie hits a home run, Twyla gets a milk bump. And they're from Peoria. Happy birthday, Mary. Here's the 2-0. Playing him perfectly. Line shot.
And Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
So here's Alexei. 1 for 2. 2-out RBI single, knocking in Diaz in the first inning. Phillies now leading Washington 5-0. Atlanta now leading the D-backs 5-1 as that's off the end of the bat.
That one came off with a lot of spin. And Quintanilla stayed right with it, even though it took a strange hop.
So here's Adam. He's 0 for 2. Hit a looper to the shortstop, and then he just missed hitting one out of here, leading off the fourth. Got a hanging slider and just underneath it. Had it barreled up. Alexei Ogando out of San Pedro in the Dominican Republic. And the 1-1 pitch. Get him up inside. Tyler Flowers on deck. Tyler has hit 2 screaming Mimis. One of them was caught and the other went for a double. Count evens at 2 to the big man. Got 10 minutes to go, so get your bids in. And Kinsler's got him. Bad throw. That'll be an error, his 9th of the season. Now they're going to give him the base hit. We'll take it.
They're going to give him a hit?
That's what he just said.
Well,
I'll take it.
Pretty easy play. He just airmails Moreland. Got the big man hustling down the line.
Now it's time for Tyler to get one of those shots elevated a little bit.
Only 9 minutes to go. We're still stuck at 1,700. But the owner's box up to 5,200.
Ah, he got a cookie and a little quick on it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 7th, tied at 2. $1.89, but you don't have to remember to love it. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time only, a la carte only. Top of the 7th inning. Napoli, Moreland, and Teagarden face Johnny Danks, who has given up 2 runs, 2 solo homers by Ian Kinsler. Starts him off with a changeup, low and away.
Both teams so far with an identical line score. 2, 6, and 0 across the board for both teams.
And that's fouled back. Napoli has popped to second and struck out on a changeup.
We're all the way up to 2,500 with 5 minutes left. I knew some late big money would come in.
There's a strike. Good.
With closers.
There's a base hit, the leadoff single. So here's Moreland. He's 2 for 2. One hard and one very soft. Tomorrow in that line score, you couldn't tell which one was which.
Nope.
They don't put pictures on scorecards, thank goodness. Napoli 2 for 4 in stolen bases.
Moreland's grounded into 7 double plays. Doesn't ground into a lot of them because he's got an uppercut swing. Johnny could use a ground ball here.
First pitch strike. Fastball. Four minutes to go. Get your bid in, your final bid. And there it is.
$4,800 for the Camelback Ranch spring getaway.
That's a terrific for 4. That's a terrific trip. Johnny make a good throw. And he lost it on the transfer, so he's out.
I think they caught a break there, and Ron Washington's going to argue, and he might have a point. We'll take it. He's going to say that Alexei never had control of that ball, and Bill Welke's going to tell him in his estimation he did. No, he lost it on the transfer.
Yeah,
Bill
it's a
Welke
good call.
is right.
Good call.
They might have had a shot on the double play, but we will never know.
You know, I was watching Moreland. I don't think they would have got it.
Oh, he's got decent speed.
Yeah,
for a
I don't
big
think
man.
they would have got it. So anyway, he went out, and here's Teagarden. He has struck out and gone out to left. Taylor Teagarden.
John's going to deliver pitch number 102 on the next pitch as Jesse Crane starts to loosen in the pen.
Taylor out of Austin, Texas.
Jesse's had a few days off.
And the count 0-2. And just over 1 minute left. Get your final bid in. Fouls that away. He's got some pop. He had 27 home runs one year.
That was in Bakersfield. But
in Fresno.
You still got to hit him.
That's it. I don't care where you play. Still got to hit it. He gone. Change up. Five strikeouts now for Johnny Danks.
Good change. Keeps it off the plate and away. T. Gardner for the second time tonight goes down on strikes.
Out of Denver, the Dodgers scored 2 in the top of the 12th, and Rockies came back with 2 in the bottom of the 12th. It was tied at 6. Boston leading Kansas City 4-2, bottom of the 6th at Kauffman Stadium. And of course, we'll have a Miller Lite Major League scoreboard for you after this half inning.
This becomes one of the big outs in the game, not because Darren Oliver is loosening up, but because if you don't get Quintanilla, I don't think John's going to be around to face Kinsley.
And that's into center field. That's can't call. 7th inning stretch. We got ourselves a 2-2 tie. Brent Morrell will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th before 30,021. Two 7-0 for their guys, 2 6-0 for our guys. And tomorrow afternoon in the finale, Gavin Floyd against Derek Holland. Make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field. That ball smoked right at Gentry. of it, John.
Well, he's been setting up very well and seemingly playing exactly where they're hitting the ball off Ogando. It's happened 4 or 5 times tonight.
And that was the 100th pitch for Alexi Ogando, former catcher.
Saw Darren Oliver loosening in the pen before.
Well, he just gets better and better with age.
No question.
As the bunny pops it up, and that's 2. Out 2.
Had one of the first 2 gotten on, there was a very good chance that Washington would have gotten Ogando with the 2 left-handers, Pierre and Diaz. Now with 2 outs and nobody on, he's going to let Ogando try to get out his inning.
Juan is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Takes ball 1. Okay, this is the 3rd time we have had Vic Carapazzi behind the plate. 3rd time he has had a good game.
He's done a nice job.
Yes, he has.
Mike Maddox came over from the Milwaukee Brewers and has done a whale of a job putting together a very strong pitching staff.
Kinsler's got him. That didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the 8th.
Rangers about hit us 7-6, been an errorless game. Kinsler with 2 solo homers. Ogando and John Danks, similar lines. And the night is done for Johnny Danks. Visit your local Honda dealer today to test drive the 2011 Honda Cross Tour, available with 4-wheel drive. So Jesse Crain comes into the game. Crain on for the 54th time, the ERA just under 2.5.
Top of the order for the Rangers here in the top of the 8th. Kinsler, who is 3 for 3 with 2 homers. Hit the second pitch of the ball game out of here, and then he homered again in the 3rd inning. Singles sharply back through the middle in the 5th. There's a strike to even the count at 1.
Danks went 7, gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, didn't walk anybody. His control was very good while fanning 5.
Yeah, Johnny pitched well again.
kind of typified his year. You look at his win-loss record and say, geez, I mean, he really hasn't done a whole lot. Then you see him with a game like this where he pitched well enough to win against a terrific hitting team, and he gets a no decision.
Curveball strike. He gone. Yes. At 95.
Just reaches back and overpowers him. Looks like it's going to be Murphy. Going to pinch hit for Gentry.
David Murphy. Last night he was 0 for 4. Jesse's had some pretty good success against the Wranglers. There's first pitch strike. Jesse in 24 2/3 innings now, and 20 relief pitches appearances against Texas, has an ERA of 0.00.
That's good.
You can tie him, but you can't beat him. And that's the lowest by any pitcher in baseball history. As that's popped up. Minimum of 20 innings pitched. So Tyler makes that play, 2 down. And here's Josh Hamilton. Missed that game last night. Rangers were trailing 3-0. Boy, they came storming back with 4, with 2 out, nobody on. Jake in the first 3 innings had 5 strikeouts, no hits. Retired the first 2, and then a single by Young, a double by Cruz, knocking in Young, a walk to Napoli, and then a 3-run homer by Moreland. They put a 4 spot on, and then added 3 in the 6th and won it 7-4. This is a quick strike offense. They can get you before the opposing manager has time to get somebody up in the bullpen. And if you're just tuning in, Carlos Quentin was injured and had to leave the ball game. And we'll show you that injury. Got to hurry. A big man can motor. That's a base hit. But here is Quentin. This in the first inning.
Goes off the bat of Gentry. Goes right on the shoulder. Jesse's got a very good move to first base. Hamilton is 7 out of 8 in stolen bases.
Quick move by Crane, one of the best right-handed moves in the game. Well, there's a couple of big men right there. Hamilton 6'4", 240.
One of them's really fast.
Right.
Just one. And that's a balk. He said he did not step toward first. He says he threw across his body. And that's exactly what Bill Welke is explaining. Ozzie can't believe it because it's been the same move by Jesse Crane for quite some time. And now Welke is yelling at Ozzie.
Well, Bill's a good umpire, but he might be looking for a fight that he shouldn't be looking for. So now they're just going to put Young on to get to Cruz.
Jesse might want to keep that ball a little bit further away from Young. That ball almost had the outside corner.
Well, right now, we're in a stretch of playing 8 consecutive games against the American League West, starting last night. And that is before beginning a stretch of 28 in a row versus the American League Central. So we still have our opportunity to dictate our own fate, if it is to be. So here's Cruz. He's 1 for 3, a double back in the 4th inning. And that ball hit high and deep. Diaza, he's there. Calls it in. That'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Diaza, Canerco, and Rios. From the Illinois lottery, you could win one of 5 top prizes of $250,000 or one of over 2,000 additional prizes ranging from $50,000 to $1,000 instantly.
Josh Hamilton shifts over to play center field as Gentry leaves. Murphy stays in the game in left field. And Koji Uhura, 1-2, 198 ERA overall, on for the 52nd time. His 9th appearance as a member of the Rangers, where he's 0-1. Came over from Baltimore.
And here's Diaza. Takes first pitch strike.
Chris Davis was the price. Potentially a big power hitting first baseman. The Rangers needed some help out of their pen.
0-2 the count. Well, Koji is 36 years old. Now resides in Tokyo, born in Osaka. Out and around that one. Kinsler's got him. One out. The odds are now 1 for 3. And here's Paulie.
Last night we saw Tateyama come on for 2 2/3 innings. He wound up winning the ball game. Didn't give up any hits or runs in that performance. They have 2 pitchers out of the Japanese big leagues now in their bullpen. Both pretty good ones.
Paulie 1 for 3. And make it 2 for 4.
And Brent Lillibridge comes on a pinch run for him, carrying the potential winning run. Gets a fastball inside. At 89, not much of a chance to get it by Paulie, and Michael Young has no chance to get it. Brent comes on.
And Detroit now really putting it on Cleveland, leading 9-1. Bottom of the 7th. They have the bases loaded and 1 out. First pitch strike to Rios, who has struck out, grounded to short, and lined out to center. Two 8-0 for the Rangers, 2 7-0 for our Sox.
Doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but it's a deceptive motion that has gotten him the success. Although he hasn't been quite as successful as a member of the Rangers as he was as a member of the Orioles. Frazier and Thornton throwing in the pen.
Well, Josh Kinney just called up from Charlotte, 32-year-old reliever. Last night went 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit, and he had 6 strikeouts. That's the first time a Sox reliever had 6 strikeouts in 3 or less innings since Neil Koch did it back in 2004 against the Tigers.
Overall, very impressive performance. He came on and threw the ball real well.
Well, in spring training, he had flashes, as we talked about. Brilliance, going hard with a great slider. First and 3rd inning. Alex, we need to get a run. Alexei on deck. Lillibridge 10 for 15 in stolen bases. He's becoming an all-purpose player. Outfield, first base, pinch running. Outfield there deep in a no double set. And the count 2-2. Got caught right in between right there.
Well, you got to figure he's going to be going here. But he's got to watch the pickoff move because he came very close a couple pitches ago to being called out at first.
There's a shot down into the corner. Turn it on, Brent. Turn it on. They're waving him around. Here's a throw to the plate. Safe! Alex in the third. Sox lead at 3-2. Yes. Yes.
RBI number 29, and the key was moving to 3-2, letting Lillibridge go. And then he just outraced the relay throw. So Alex, who did not start this game but came in after the Quinton injury, takes it down into the corner. And then it's Lillibridge off to the races. Murphy hits the cutoff man. Lillibridge, realizing there's a very good chance that Jeff Cox is going to send him. He did. And then you've got to beat the relay.
Now the infield in for Alexei. He had a big 2-out RBI single in the first inning. He's 1 for 3. Get him first pitch. Tied.
.250th career double.
Big man out there at third, Alexei. He's the guy in trouble, not you. Pops in. And look at that. As Alex gets back in.
Well, had he tagged up on that ball, he's going to be able to score.
That was some kind of catch right there.
A tremendous catch.
But he can't be tagging on that one. He's got to hope it falls in. Quintanilla with just a terrific catch.
Infield in, and he points. He thinks that either Hamilton or Murphy has a chance to get it. They don't. Quintanilla goes down.
That is some kind of catch by Quintanilla. Omar Quintanilla. Look at Alex. He didn't know what to do.
He's standing almost at home plate. Fortunately, he gets back.
So here's Adam Dunn. Adam 1 for 3 tonight. Going out to short, just missed hitting one out of here, leading off the 4th inning, and then he singled in the 6th. And here comes Ron Washington. He's got a left-hander down in that pen, and that's what he's going to go to. He has not made the call yet. More pitches. Now he makes the call. So we pick up one, got a chance to get another one as Yohara leaves, and we'll be back.
for the 48th time. He inherits Alex Rios at third base. He drove in the go-ahead run. And it's up to Adam Dunn to add a little insurance to it.
Hey, you got to figure, Darren is 40 years old. He's been a terrific pitcher. Especially in relief, he's getting better and better. But you got to figure with Dunn at the plate, the Teagarden better be on his toes with a breaking ball low and away. So here we go, 2 out. 1 in. Rios at third. First pitch right there. 0-1 the count. And that's inside. Big pitch coming up to 1-1. All fastballs thus far. And there was a cutter. Outfield slightly to the left. And he gets him. But a big double by Alex Rios knocks in Brent Lillibridge, who was running for Canerco. We'll go to the ninth, leading 3-2.
By Ian Kinsler. Both off Johnny Danks. The only runs the Rangers have scored tonight. Sergio Santos comes in at 3-3. The ERA 2.79 on for the 51st time. He's looking for save number 26. He's trying to make a winner out of Jesse Crane.
So here we go. Mike Napoli, 1 for 3, will lead it off. Mitch Moreland on deck. And Taylor Teagarden or a pinch hitter in the hole. Breaking ball strike.
They've got Andy Chavez, and you would think that he would be the guy to pinch hit for Teegarden.
Alexei, you got time, buddy. One out. Big out. So here's Mitch Moreland. Had a hard single in the second, a real duck snort in the fifth. Then hit into a fielder's choice in the seventh. That disappearing slider. And that one a little bit low. 1-1 to count for the 25-year-old slugger. 2 home runs last night, a 3-run shot and a 2-run blast. And he's looking dead red. And there's a disappearing slider. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, they're calling Teegarden back now. He was in the on-deck circle, but that wasn't going to happen.
Elvis!
And that's down and in 2-2.
Looks like Elvis Andrews is in the on-deck circle.
Ball hit hard. The fastball. Morel.
And dropped it first.
Gummit.
Now we're going to have a pinch runner for Moreland, and that's going to be Chavez. E3. Tying run aboard. Now you got to keep a very close eye on Andy Chavez. Although he's not their best base stealer, just 60%.
So here's Elvis. He was 0 for 4 last night.
Two for 5 with 2 runs batted in as a pinch hitter this year.
Just a decent lead by Chavez. And that fastball straightens him up. 1-0. And there's a strike. The ball is striking out here in the top of the ninth. 3-8-1 for our Sox. 2-8-0 for their Rangers.
And a lot of pressure on Tyler Flowers because of that good slider, and a lot of them wind up in the dirt.
And the count 1-2.
Andrews has taken 2 fastballs, both at 96.
A little bigger lead now by Chavez. He gone. 2 down. Yeah.
Throws another fastball. This one a mile an hour faster at 97 and just overpowers it. Gorvit Torrealba coming on to pinch hit.
Torrealba hitting at 284 homers. $30,021 and in the lower bowl, a bunch of them on their feet. Now field around to the right. Could not check it up on that slider. Count 0-2.
Well, one more of those and this at bat is over. But he's not coming close.
There he goes. So he will steal second base. He is now 7 for 11 in stolen bases.
No reason to look back. There are 2 outs.
And that's low. 2-2. Right here, Serge. He gone, and this ball game is over. So the Sox had to win to remain 5 back of the Tigers. Johnny Danks just outstanding tonight. Jesse Crain got the job done, and Sergio Santos picks up his 26th save on some gas.
Just reached back after a couple of sliders, 4 of them in a row, as a matter of fact, and Torrealba takes strike 3. Sergio picks up save number 26, and Jesse Crain runs his record to 8-3. All in all, a real good ball game.
And we'll be back